Welcome to ESPN College Football, presented by Dr. Pepper. The biggest little city, Reno, Nevada. As we're getting ready for a Mountain West showdown and a must-win game for both the 2-6 Lobos of New Mexico, winless in the conference, and the 4-4 Nevada Wolfpack, hoping to get a little closer to bowl eligibility. To say the least, it's been a challenging year for Bob Davie of New Mexico and head coach Jay Norvell of Nevada. They're hoping to get wins here tonight as we welcome you into the booth. Hi again, everybody. I'm Clay Matvick alongside my partner Ryan Leaf. It's great to have you with us here tonight. And Rhino, for college football teams, preseason, they're thinking about playing meaningful games in November. And even though things haven't gone according to plan for both of these two, still a lot to play for.
That's right, Clay. And this week there were two main topics that were batted around. The initial release of the college football playoff rankings, which were released on Tuesday, and the name, image, and likeness legislation that had been batted around. Now, two teams prepared to play this game, both of which will not have these issues be involved in their season next year. But listen to this. They're playing for something special, what college football is all about. They're playing for guys who are hurt. They're playing for individuals who are battling injury, overcoming adversity, and for the opportunity to play college football just one more time is quickly coming to an end. This is what is great about college football, not only in Tuscaloosa, Baton Rouge, and State College, but here in Reno, the biggest little city on earth, like you said. I'm excited. Each one of these kids, coaches, are grateful every morning they get the opportunity to play in a game like this, just like you and me are grateful for the opportunity to be a part of it as well.
I sure am now, especially after that speech. All right, let's talk a little bit about Nevada. 4-4 on the year, but nothing has come easy, especially on offense. They're averaging 19 points per game. Part of the problem, the carousel at quarterback. They have started 3 different quarterbacks this year. Redshirt freshman Carson Strong. He's got wins over Purdue and Weber State in 5 starts. Senior Christian Solano, he won his only start at UTEP. And Malik Henry, he got 1 win in 2 starts. And Henry has been removed from the roster for academic reasons. So Carson Strong is the guy we're going to see tonight.
He is the guy, and he's the guy the coaches feel the best about. They trust him, his leadership qualities, and he'll be the guy we'll see all night unless there's some sort of injury or something like that.
Now, New Mexico, they've got issues of their own on offense and on defense. But on offense, their quarterback, Tavaka Tuioti, as they have also started 3 quarterbacks, he's the guy we're going to see, and his job is to get it to his playmakers.
Yeah, he's got a couple good ones. Amari Davis leads the league in rushing, over 100 yards per game. He does a tremendous job of squaring his shoulders and always getting downhill, making it very difficult to tackle and not many negative football plays. Then out on the perimeter, you have Jordan Kress. They don't throw the football often, but when they do, they go to this playmaker out on the perimeter, and he's made some big plays for him this year, and we'll look for him tonight.
Well, it's shaping up to be a nice night here at the base of the Sierra Nevada.
It's the first time I've actually gone down on the field before the game and tossed it around a little bit. That's how nice the weather was.
55 degrees, clear skies, no threat of severe weather, and Bob Davie in his 8th season as New Mexico's head coach, 65 years old. It's been a difficult season. He had that health scare in August. He is feeling much better, but likely to miss the postseason for the 3rd straight year. And Jay Norvell on the other side. It also hasn't been a great year for the 56-year-old. After that 8-5 season and a bowl win a year ago. But they still can get bowl eligible. The next 2 games are on the road, but they've got a winnable game yet against UNLV. So 6 wins, certainly a possibility. New Mexico won the toss, and they elected to defer. So we're going to see Nevada with the football to start. Donovan Murphy, redshirt freshman out of Fort Collins, Colorado, set to kick it off. And Stovall is back deep to return. And Nevada is going to start at the 25-yard line. So Nevada got out to a 3-1 start. They now need to win 2 of their last 4 to get bowl eligible for the 2nd straight year. We talked about Carson Strong, the starting quarterback, 6'4", 220-pound redshirt freshman. He has battled injury and ineffectiveness since that season-opening win against Purdue. He has 0 touchdown passes in his 4 starts since week 1. So he needs to dial it in. He said this week, I have to deliver. And we'll see if he can do that. To'atau in the backfield to the right of Carson Strong. As Christian goes in motion on the jet sweep, they toss it to him. And finally we get a play from scrimmage, and it's a pickup of 3, maybe 4 yards for Christian as Alex Hart, the middle linebacker, gets his first tackle of the night, the first of many we suspect.
The new wrinkle in the air raid offense has been using that jet sweep, trying to get out on the perimeter, out-leverage your opponent, and Matt Mumme has instituted that into his play calling this season.
So second down and 7 for Nevada here on their opening series. And here is Strong set to throw, and it's a first down strike to Romeo Doubs on the outside. Doubs, the big play threat from LA, just needed to get a first down this time, and he does. It's a gain of 9.
Something we didn't see much of last time we were here, Clay, was their ability to get first downs in that first half. And sure enough, here on the first drive, they're able to get past the sticks and set up another first down.
After the first down, they get it out to Elijah Cooks, the very steady junior receiver. Good stiff arm, good run after the catch. Jarek Reed finally pushes him to the sideline, but it's a 13-yard pickup, and they'll move the sticks again.
I was down on the field pregame standing next to this guy, 6'4", 215-pound wide receiver. What the defensive backs in New Mexico have, it's going to be problematic hauling him down.
And a little swing pass to Devontae Lee out of the backfield. Nothing doing that time as New Mexico is going to drop him for a loss of 3. But you can see the strategy developing here, Ryan, for Carson Strong. They are trying to make it easy for him to settle in. Some easy passes. He's 5 for 5 to start.
Yeah, it's a good way to get the rhythm flowing for a young quarterback that struggled a bit, right? Get the ball out of his hand quick to open receivers and let your playmakers make plays in this offense.
Second down and 13. Roger Neal in the backfield now for the first time. And another touch for Romeo Doubs. Doubs with 324 yards receiving in the last 3 games. We talked about Tuioti needing to get it into the hands of the New Mexico playmakers tonight. The same thing goes for Carson Strong. The more Doubs touches it, the more Cooks touches it. And Tawa, I think the better Nevada is going to be.
Yeah, always is, especially in the air raid offense. It's not about one person. It's about the distribution to all the great players and playmakers you have. And Nevada has them. They just haven't utilized them as much as they should have this season.
Facing third down for the first time on this drive. They're 38% on the year. That's middle of the pack in the Mountain West. Strong out of the gun. He's going to take a deep shot down the middle and overshoots his intended target. And so it'll be fourth down, but it was Doubs he was looking for, streaking down the hash marks.
Now, the only reason I feel like they took a shot there was most likely because they were going to go for it on fourth down, because I don't know why you take a shot like that when you have some guys running underneath on third down. He has been known to pooch punt it because of his punting background, and it looks like they're going to go to that right now.
6th punt of the year for Carson Strong. You were right on it, partner. And it takes a nice Nevada roll inside the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. Not a bad start for Carson Strong. He was 6 for 7 on that series, but some penalties, no points on the opening drive, and New Mexico has it next. From Chris Ault Field, Mackey Stadium here in Reno, Nevada. Wolfpack can't score on their opening drive. Now New Mexico has it for the first time. Tavaka Tuioti is the starting quarterback, sophomore from Long Beach. This is his 5th start of the year, 2nd in a row. And he's going to fake the handoff and throw a pass on first down to Emmanuel Logan Green. That's his 10th catch of the year. He gets it across the 20. Good start for Tuioti. It's an 11-yard completion.
Tuioti, for all the time he's been there and how much they love him, he's only been able to put a game and a half together in terms of playing because of injuries and other off the field issues. they love him and want to see more from him.
Well, he throws again out to midfield, intended for Samoye. He doesn't come down with it, and he's slow to get up. A new 45-31 loss to Hawaii last week. They did score 28 points in the second half, and that's kind of been the Lobos' MO, slow starts. But they were hoping to build off that momentum that they got last week here tonight.
Well, I'm surprised they threw the ball, actually, the first 2 plays of the game. But maybe they found something in that second half against the Rainbow Warriors.
It's going to be Tuioti on the keeper, and it's a good one. As he finds some leverage on the outside and gets to the 40-yard line and across the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 22 yards. Tyson Williams on the tackle.
It's a mixture of the triple option and the zone read here. He's just running the straight zone read, gets outside on the perimeter, splits a couple defenders, and then he's off to the races. He takes a pop at the end, but bounces right back up.
First carry for Amari Davis, the leading rusher in the Mountain West, but he is stretched to the sideline and brought down for a loss of a yard. Dom Peterson, the defensive end, who is extremely quick for Nevada up front, makes the tackle. And that's his 8th tackle for loss. You can see the numbers on Amari Davis. Very good this year. 106 yards per game is what he's averaging. That's tops in the conference. We'll go right back to him, and again no running room, and he is dumped at the 39. Back to back losing plays for the offense. It's Lawson Hall, the middle linebacker, this time with the stop.
Lawson Hall just dips his shoulder and rips and gets inside and is the first to make contact there, bringing down Amari Davis.
And so now 3rd down and 11 for New Mexico. They are under 34% on the year. That's 115th in the country in converting on 3rd down. Tavaka Tuioti to throw. He's got a wide open receiver, and it's caught by Logan Green. 1st down and more. Emmanuel Logan Green, the junior out of Fort Lauderdale. That's an 18-yard gain.
You don't see New Mexico do the traditional drop back pass without some sort of play action fake. Here they just drop straight back. He just sets up and throws a bit of a wobbler out there to Logan Green, but it's enough for a 1st down as he extends the play further.
Tavaka Tuioti, like you said at the top, Ryan, has to play well tonight to get a win on the road, and so far he's looking pretty sharp, and he finds another wide open man. It's Marcus Williams, the tight end, and they are inside the red zone, inside the 20-yard line to the 18, the tight end Marcus Williams.
Defensive coordinator Jeff Castile says he was worried about Marcus Williams, and here, great play action fake, and just must have seen something on film, wide open in the zone coverage. And Tuioti gets him the football in stride.
Team leading 18th catch of the year for Williams. Tuioti throws again, and it's another catch by Williams, and he's down to the 5, stacked up at the 4. Chunk plays through the air for the Lobos on this opening drive.
And exactly the same play as the play before, just on the other side. Play action or zone read, and a little pop pass to Marcus Williams, their big tight end, for another gain to get him 1st and goal.
9th play of the series. Knocking on the door, New Mexico. They're going to send Logan Green in motion, and a handoff to Davis. Lowers his shoulder to the end zone. Touchdown. Amari Davis. And an impressive statement on the opening series for New Mexico as they go in front here in Reno.
Not only impressive, but 90 yards. That's what makes it even more. Amari Davis just does a great job of pressing and finding the hole and then keeping his balance and spinning into the end zone.
And the extra point is good by Andrew Shelley. Amari Davis with his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. The Lobos take it 90 yards on the opening drive in under 3.5 minutes. And they've got the lead, looking for their first win of the year in the conference. It's fun to come to Reno, Nevada when you have nothing to lose. And that's kind of the case for these Lobos of New Mexico. 2-6, 0-4 in the Mountain West. They looked loose on that opening drive. And Tavaka Tuioti, the starting quarterback, accounted for 67 of the 90 yards on that series, going 4 of 5 passing. That's the longest scoring drive of the year for the Lobos as they lead at 7-0. There's Toa Taua on first down for Nevada. You know, you go back to Baylor. Matt Rule's got to be one of the candidates for coach of the year in college football this year. He's just done a great job with the Bears.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, to go from where they were at a couple years ago and to where they're at right now, if there was a award for accumulation of a program, he's at the top and will be if they continue the type of run they're on this year.
Be a lot of candidates, of course, as every year. P.J. Fleck at Minnesota also doing a great job. But really like what Rule has done as they give it back to Taua. And he gets it to the 25. Here comes another third down for Nevada. They've had it twice. They've had to punt twice after reaching New Mexico territory on both series. And we will not see another play here in the opening quarter. So New Mexico wins round one here in Reno.
And that's been the problem. Their inability to win round one. Instead, they come to Reno, take the first drive, and head to the second quarter for a lead for the first time in a long time.
ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Dr. Pepper, back in Reno in New Mexico for the first time since week 1 of the college football season. Will take a lead into the second quarter of a game. 7-0 as Nevada has it, 3rd down and 5. Trying to convert on 3rd down for the first time here tonight. It will be Strong to keep it. Things break down in the backfield, and he runs for the first down. Carson Strong will move the chains and keep the drive going. 8-yard pickup. Devin Sanders, the rush linebacker, made the stop. And the Nevada scoring margin, you can see they've beaten the teams that they're supposed to beat. They've really struggled and struggled badly against teams with quality records.
Yeah, the better teams, or the upper echelon tiered teams in this Mountain West. Not only have they gotten beaten by them, they've been dominated by them.
Well, the run game just going nowhere so far for Nevada as Jacoby Hearn wraps up Taua. Hearn turns 21 tomorrow, one of the better tacklers for New Mexico, but just 1 yard of rushing offense so far for the Wolfpack in this game.
Yeah, and on plays right there, Carson Strong's the one that gets most of that yardage back. They were minus in that area going into the second quarter here, but
so 2nd down and 9. Devontae Lee in the backfield as Strong is checking the play, and he hasn't been known to do that a lot this year as he's still green. And now here's Taua breaking it off. Devontae Lee, excuse me, who's been getting more work the last couple of weeks. And finally, a big run. It's 19 yards and a first down to the 48 of the Lobos.
Carson Strong, you talked about it, not given the responsibility. This week, Rain's taken off a little bit. He sees something, and he checks into that running play. And Devontae Lee, the little bowling ball like he is, rolls down there for a big first down.
You can tell his understanding of the offense has come along to where he recognized that. As he goes back to Devontae Lee, this time he is stacked up. It's going to be a gain of about 2. But Ty Ganji's been the starter here at Nevada the last few years, and he was a guy that was great at that. They've, again, had so many quarterbacks this year and just no consistency at that position.
That's the best way to put it, Clay. There just hasn't been the consistency where you can get a guy out there every single game seeing stuff. And when you're the quarterback, you see the field better than anybody. Not a coach on the sideline, not even a coordinator up in the booth. But you see something, you see numbers, and your ability to check to that, that's huge. And when a quarterback feels comfortable enough to do that, and you give him that opportunity, you usually get you into good place.
New Mexico showing blitz. Looked like a check again for Strong. He's going to take a shot looking for Doubs, and he just missed him. Romeo Doubs streaking down the near sideline, and he had a step on Dejon Rogers, but Strong overthrew him.
Did he? He looked like he was shot out of a cannon there for a second, and Carson Strong just overthrew him. The altitude here, the ball takes off on you a little bit. Also, there was some pressure at his feet, and when that happens, you feel rushed a little bit. If you would have just put a little more air under it, Dubs would have walked right underneath that thing for a big touchdown.
Strong got into his receiver, Dubs, strips out of a tackle and gets to the 10-yard line and down to the 9. Romeo Dubs moving the chains, and after the penalty, he makes up for it with that nice catch.
Exactly, he makes up for it right here. Great throw in that. I mean, he puts it on his outside shoulder, so the flying Deshaun Rogers doesn't get in there and break it up, and almost spins out for a touchdown.
He is itching to score in the red zone. They give it to Lee. Lee to the 5, still on his feet, backing his way to the 3-yard line. Devontae Lee on the 13th play of the drive with an expiring run, 2nd down and goal to go.
You know, you love to see this physicality, especially early on when they couldn't run the football. And you give it to a guy that just gets lower than everybody else, takes on that physicality, covers up the football, and just, he won't give up. And he keeps driving those legs inside the 5-yard line.
Keep him in the game. Go with the hot hand. Devontae Lee again finds a seam, drops a shoulder, and gets down to the 1. Ran right over a New Mexico defender. It was Vinacola. And Devontae Lee's helmet comes off. He's going to have to come off for one play. So it'll be 3rd down and goal to go. Been impressed with Devontae Lee's aggressive nature. He's just a brute force.
Yeah, the low center of gravity. He, like I said, he's like a bowling ball, and just runs right through the defender, almost barrels himself into the end zone. They're like bowling pins back there, and he's just knocking them down one by one on his way to the end zone.
Toatawa checks back in. He's a good red zone running back, and he got in from a yard out. They are able to punch it in this time. Nevada on the scoreboard after their longest touchdown drive of the year. This one covered 80 yards. And if they didn't get in, Ryan, I think Jay Norvell might have said, that's it, I'm going home.
Yeah, another great example of lowering his shoulders and getting down low, forcing his way into the end zone. I don't know if you have a good angle. I don't know if you can tell or not if he was able to cross the plane before his knee went down, but.
Well, too late now. As Brandon Talton tacks on the extra point. 80 yards in 15 plays. An 8-minute touchdown drive in Tawa with his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. Despite a couple of penalties, Nevada scores on an 80-yard drive. Carson Strong, you can see his frustration after those penalties, but it is Tawa taking it in from a yard out. And we have seen Nevada, Ryan, have some really slow starts this year. And they have trailed in 7 of their 9 games this season. They've only scored 26 first-quarter points all year. It usually takes them a while to get going. Maybe this will light a fire on that offense.
Both teams, I feel like, scoring early and having a positive could lead to something special. Let's see what New Mexico has in return here.
All right, so now Tavaka Tuioti and the Lobos offense going to work at their own 25. 7:50 to go here in the first half. And Tuioti wants to throw, and it's off the hands of Vigilant. Vigilant more of a 3rd down threat out of the backfield. At least that's what we've seen. They try to hit him there out on the outside on 1st down. It's incomplete.
That was a perfect example of the triple option, but just in shotgun form, right? You had the dive, you had the pull, and then essentially the pitch guy is just Vigilant out on the perimeter.
Yeah, this used to be a triple option offense. Went spread last year. And this year they hired a new offensive coordinator, Joe Daly. Tuioti keeps it, and he's going to be toppled at the 31.5-yard line by Tyson Williams. That's a gain of 7 for Tuioti. And, you know, you still see some triple option principles, quarterback run game.
No, it's here, and they've added the zone read to the concept. And Tyson Williams in the open field here makes a very, very good tackle. Didn't allow for more yardage. Sets up a short third down for this Lobos football team.
Beelman and Jarvis, two tight ends to the right. They're going to run it with Amari Davis, and he's hammered at the line and driven back. Fourth down. There's the Nevada defense standing tall, maybe getting a little energy from what the offense did a series ago.
Yeah, they building off that momentum, and Kyle Adams just crashes in from his outside position and makes the big stop to set up a punt. Give the ball back to his offense that, like you said, may have finally gotten the momentum and moving forward and can get another score here before halftime.
First 3 and out of the game for either team. Romeo Doubs back to return this kick from Tyson Dyer. And we'll see if Dyer gets another good roll. He does. Not quite as good as last time. So Nevada will see what they can do for an encore after that 41-yard punt. Strong going for Doubs. He's been the reliable guy in tough situations tonight. And Romeo Doubs with another drive-saving catch. He's over 1,000 yards receiving now in his career.
Him and Carson Strong have really developed something special here. Not just completing the pass, but look where he places it, Clay. He puts it exactly where he needs to, on the outside shoulder, where the receiver can turn away from the defender and get upfield and advance the chains once again.
21-yard reception. Doubs now 5 catches, 66 yards. He's been targeted 7 times. Play action. Strong from a clean pocket. A big deep shot. He's got it. Touchdown, Nevada. And it's Doubs with a 57-yard reception.
They missed it earlier. The man-to-man coverage, he didn't put enough air under it the last time. Here, play action fake, holds the safety in place and allows his receiver just to go outrun the corner, and he just lays it in there as good as you could have expected to. Walks into the end zone. You said it, Clay, that momentum, that offensive momentum on the last drive showed up once again here.
And it's 14-7, Nevada with its first lead of the night. Romeo Doubs, his second touchdown catch of the year. And it's got to feel good for Carson Strong. His first touchdown pass since August. And it puts the Wolfpack out in front at home. There's a happy Nevada offense after that 4-play, 73-yard scoring drive. Strong to Doubs. Matt Mumme in his 3rd year as offensive coordinator, Ryan. When he got hired, people in this town thought, well, scoring points, given the fact that Mumme is an air raid guy, should not be a problem. But here in his 3rd year, it has been a problem. That drive there, though, a breath of fresh air for the Wolfpack.
It definitely was. To see a big play out of their strong-arm quarterback, right? They're capable of making those types of big plays. They just haven't seen it this year, and they haven't resulted in points, hence the 19 points per game.
Tuioti closing in on 100 yards passing. He might get it here. Yes, Marcus Williams, another big gain on that quick hitter down the middle. Austin Arnold makes the tackle at the 45-yard line, but here's New Mexico in plus territory after the 20-yard pickup.
You talked about that first drive, and they ran this play twice. Just a RPO, essentially. Zone read, he pulls it and pop passes it over the top to Marcus Williams for a 3rd big gainer. Chunk play there by the Lobos.
Most of the big plays have come through the air for New Mexico. Looking left, coming back right to Ume. Anselm Ume out of a tackle. Into the secondary, big gain, first down and more inside the 30, finally tripped up by Tyson Williams.
You also wonder sometimes, right, with the big Alabama-LSU matchup next week, does the committee kind of go, wouldn't it be cool to have 1 versus 2?
I just don't know that Alabama's worthy of a 1 or 2 spot.
Either do I. Either do I at all, but I've been in that room. It's an interesting room.
They're only human, right?
Yep.
Tuioti is going to take a shot down the sideline, some contact. And he went for Ume again. Pretty well covered by Daniel Brown. Good to see Brown back on the field running around, number 25 for Nevada. He missed the last couple of games with a head injury. But New Mexico's receivers, they're depleted. Elijah Lilly out for the year with a shoulder injury. Their third leading receiver, Jay Griffin, did not make the trip for personal reasons. Aaron Molina is out tonight with a foot injury. So they're counting on Ume to make big plays, and so far he has. Bryson Carroll into the game. He's going to get his first carry of this contest. Sophomore running back. He is tiny. 5'7", 185 pounds. Also makes him hard to see and hard to tackle. He's going to pick up a handful. And now third down and long. We'll call it 3rd and 20.
You know who we haven't really seen tonight, and we talked about him in the open, is Jordan Kress out there on the perimeter. This would be a perfect time, I think, for them to dial him up on a 3rd and long.
Kress located at the bottom of the screen. They are going to run it on the draw with Carroll, and not much there. And now we'll see what Bob Davie decides to do here on 4th down. He has a great field goal kicker in Andrew Shelley, who has a big leg.
30 seconds in lead.
Nevada is going to take a timeout. Their first of the half. Bob Davie will contemplate what he's going to do here on 4th. We talked to Bob Davie this week, and he said he is as confident in Andrew Shelley, his sophomore kicker, as he's been in his entire time at New Mexico with any kicker he's had. Shelley 9 for 11 this year with a long of 52 this season. This would be a 53-yard attempt, which would match a career long. This is something Shelley can do, especially in this altitude.
They're actually moving it. He's sitting out back there about 8 yards, and it may be just over 53. It's more like a 54-yarder.
Out of the hold of Tyson Dyer, the punter. Officially from 53. Here it comes. It's got the distance. No, not this time. Not quite the distance for Andrew Shelley. Gave it a good old college try, and New Mexico will be turned away.
Didn't quite look like he hit it as solid as he wanted to. It was on target, just came up about 5 yards short.
Yeah. All right, so Jay Norvell and Nevada run off the field with a 14-7 lead at the half. Looking to go back over 500 with a win tonight. New Mexico trying to win its first game in conference play this year. They're only down 7, and they've been better in the second half of games this year, so we should have an entertaining second half. We have had a lot of fun here in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. Halftime coming up with Kevin, Coach, and Acho. It's 14-7 Nevada at the break. Just a terrific day, a terrific evening for Saturday in November. Mountain West, Nevada, New Mexico meeting for the 9th time. And Tavaka Tuioti, the quarterback for the Lobos in the first half, 131 yards passing. And the Lobos haven't turned it over, which has been a big problem, so that's been good. To find a way to get the offense going again. Had a great opening drive. Talked about the quarterback situation for Nevada. They've played 3 quarterbacks. Well, the same situation for New Mexico. Brant Hughes, Tuioti, and Sharian Jones. More on Jones here in a second, as New Mexico will start with the football, and they will start at the 25. So it's been a really tough year on many fronts for Bob Davie and the New Mexico Lobos, and to lose one of your star offensive players really puts you in a tough spot. And they move on without him. Amari Davis on the first play from scrimmage of the second half, and that is a good sign for this New Mexico offense, Ryan.
Yeah, that simply was just an overcorrection by Nevada from that pop pass that we saw so successfully in the first half. That time, instead of pulling the ball, he gives it to Amari Davis, and Amari gets the edge, picks up a big gain.
19-yard pickup. And they go back to Davis, and he'll pluck ahead for a couple. Again, Amari Davis came into the game as the leading rusher in the Mountain West, averaging 6 yards per carry. He's a little over 4 yards per carry tonight. He does have a touchdown. And that's a guy that they need to get involved more here in the second half.
Yeah, Nevada did them a favor by not taking points at the end of the half. And with New Mexico getting the ball to start the second half, they have a chance to tie this football game up.
They run it again, and it is Davis. Great second effort. Pile moves into Nevada territory, but short of the first down marker by about 3 yards. So third down coming up. And this is a Nevada run defense that's been a little spotty this year. Held San Jose State to just 15 yards rushing this season, but then gave up 258 to Wyoming last week. But all in all, a pretty good job stopping the run so far tonight.
Yeah, and I think Joe Daly took a look at things, and they talked about it at halftime, and they came out committed to the run. First 3 plays of running, and now it's going to be a 3rd and short.
Tavaka Tuioti slides up in the pocket. Now he's going to be chased out of there. Throws it downfield. Man open. Caught at the 19. Anselm Ume with a big catch for a first down to the 19-yard line of Nevada. 30 yards on the play.
Once he gets outside the pocket, Daniel Brown jumps forward to come up and try to make a tackle, and Tuioti stays behind the line of scrimmage and is able to get enough on the football to get the big completion on 3rd down.
There's Davon Vigilant, who is hammered and ultimately brought down by Toure, the middle linebacker. But how about Tavaka Tuioti's ability to extend that play and make something out of what surely looked like a punting situation?
Yeah, huge, wonderful job on his part of getting outside the pocket, but never getting past the line of scrimmage, making Daniel Brown commit, and then throwing it over the top of his head.
161 yards passing now for Tuioti. He's got Davis in the backfield on 2nd down. Play fake to Davis, and they'll flip it out to the receiver that's caught at the 15-yard line by Marcus Williams. Just a yard on that play, so another 3rd down coming up, and here's New Mexico in the red zone. They're scoring just 70% of the time they get to this point on the field. That's near the bottom of the FBS. So in a lot of the categories, Nevada and New Mexico are similar, and this is another one. Red zone inefficiency.
Yeah, and similar in fashion where it's not what you would like down at the bottom of both the conference and in the FBS.
Out of the gun, Tavaka Tuioti going in the wrong direction. They got a hand on him, and he is slammed down at the 34-yard line. There is a penalty flag down, too. Dom Peterson, big number 99, pounding his chest. After that sack of Tavaka Tuioti, a loss of 16. And now we'll see what this flag's about.
Holding. Offense. Number 50. A penalty's declined. Brings up 4th down.
And it's Teton Saltis, the junior right tackle. And so now Andrew Shelley will come out for a field goal attempt.
Saltis is their best offensive lineman here, but watch Dom Peterson just be relentless. Get up inside him. He's being held the entire time. He still manages to get a hold of Tuioti and get him down to the ground for a huge sack.
49-yard attempt. Shelley missed earlier, but he gets this one. Missed from 53, but hits here from 49. The sophomore from Albuquerque El Dorado High School gets points on the board on New Mexico's first drive of the second half. And Bob Davie knows his team needs to have this win. That was close. 3 points on the board here for New Mexico. Andrew Shelley with that 49-yarder that barely got over the crossbar. And that is a big kick, especially considering the play before. Tuioti was sacked for a loss of 16 yards. Should have been a 33-yard attempt. It ended up being 49 yards. So now Nevada, under the direction of quarterback Carson Strong, gets it going here in the third quarter. It's a reverse end around Christian. He's going to be cut off and dumped. And now we get a flag coming in. This might be holding against Nevada. We'll see. Mo Vinicolo, number 30 for the Lobos, with a great athletic tackle. That's a loss of 8.
He's everywhere tonight defensively for the Lobos.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 9. That foul's declined. Penalties declined. Second down.
Eddie Shelton, our referee's been busy tonight. A lot of penalties. That's the 6th tackle for loss for this Lobos defense under Jordan Peterson's direction, the first-year defensive coordinator. We talked about it. The numbers for this defense, not very good. In fact, pathetic in a lot of categories. But all in all, not too bad tonight.
No, I thought they've done a pretty good job. I mean, they've limited and they've gotten some breaks because of Carson Strong and some of the choices he's made.
Second down and long. He'll get it to Dubs, his favorite receiver tonight. And they got a lot of that penalty yardage back and more, and almost got a first down out of it. Close to the 38-yard line for Dubs.
Out of his hands in a hurry, like you talked about in the first half, and then watching Dubs just simply come across and flash across his face and pick up a ton of yards after catch.
Season high for Dubs, 160 yards on 10 catches. And Devontae Lee is back there to take the direct snap for the Nevada offense. He's going to run it to the near sideline, stretched out well. Ball popped out at the end, but I think Nevada gets a good break as it goes out of bounds. Ball jarred loose by Sellers. Trent Sellers, the senior leader up front from his defensive end spot. And so it's 4th down again as the Lobos are able to get off the field.
Tremendous job of keeping that outside shoulder so they could not gain leverage. And then they made a big tackle, knocking him out of bounds for a tackle for loss, and sets up a 4th down.
So this is the 3rd straight 3-and-out for Nevada. And again, a penalty just kills him. Good pressure. He tried to block it. And Conaway got it away. Checks up at the 23-yard line, and that's where New Mexico will go to work. We showed you this before. Mayhem begins on Tuesday. College football playoff predictions from Ryan, presented by Allstate. And again, you've got Clemson at the top. But the first 2 out are interesting, too. Penn State at 5, Utah at 6. Again, Utah with a big win today.
Yeah, I think the 2 best one-loss teams in the country right now are both from the Pac-12 conference. Utah, then Oregon, and then you talk about Georgia, Oklahoma. You look at those other teams at that spot, and they're going to be now back in the mix because Oklahoma lost.
And there's rankings on Tuesday night, 9 Eastern time. Tuioti taking a shot downfield and incomplete. He was targeting Cedric Patterson, big play, redshirt freshman from Texas. But Daniel Brown, the senior corner, making a nice play. Again, Brown has been out the last couple of games with injury. But he's been sharp tonight.
He's been really sharp. And he's the reason right there that ball wasn't completed. His ability to get his hand in there, dislodge it from a big play.
New Mexico with a great opportunity. Down just 4. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. This game is going to be a game in the 4th, and that hasn't been the case for the Lobos much this year, as Williams makes the catch, and that's going to be enough for a first down for New Mexico.
They might have to take a look at this. There may be a possibility of targeting here. Again, that pop pass, this time Williams is right there. That's a shot to the neck or head area.
It would have to come from upstairs, and Gary Brown, the replay official, because there was no flag thrown on the field, and the snap is away, so it's not going to be called. And it's Tuioti on the keeper. It's a first down run across the 45 to the 47-yard line for Tavaka Tuioti. He has carried it about 5 times tonight. Yeah, 5 times now, 27 yards, and a couple times he's picked up first downs.
Yeah, he's got a different gear that he can get to. When he puts his foot in the ground and goes forward, he looks really good running with the football.
See his passing numbers. You see the rushing numbers. Rolling out. Going to throw deep. And that's out of play. And Ume, the target. And again, Daniel Brown, good coverage. So 2nd down and 10. And there's time for one more play here in the 3rd quarter. Again, New Mexico has to win out, including tonight, to get bowl eligible. That seems like a really monumental task for this Lobos team, especially considering they've still got a game against Air Force. They've got to go to Boise State. They host Utah State as well, another good football team. But they need this one first. Davis bottled up, but found a way through it, got to their 2nd level, and into Nevada territory, and that's where New Mexico will have it.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
To start the 4th quarter, a 3rd down situation. When we come back, this game has a 4-point difference headed to the 4th here in Reno. The last few years have been tough for that man, New Mexico head coach Bob Davie. 3-9 seasons the last 2 years, 2-6 so far this year. And New Mexico with 28 straight losses when trailing after 3. But he told us this week he feels his team is very capable of beating Nevada, even though his team has fragile confidence right now. They are in this one as we go to the 4th. They've got it in Wolfpack territory, 3rd down and 4. Tavaka Tuioti a shot, and he overthrew Ume, who had a couple of steps on the defenders. And so another 4th down.
When you take a shot like that, a lot of times you think you're going to go for it on 4th down, but I bet you Bob Davie's going to have a conversation with him here. That's too much of a risky play when you just need 3 yards. I know you got to take a shot, but that was pretty good man-to-man coverage. You had to put the ball in a pretty special spot to get that play completed.
There's Tyson Dyer again, the rugby-style kicker. And a fair catch called for by Fossum. As Nevada will be backed up to start this drive inside their own 15-yard line. Nowhere to go with this running game. Continues to be a problem as Tawa is brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Speaking of the basketball and the top 4 of the college football playoff that comes out Tuesday night, you're going to get maybe a play-in game with LSU, Alabama here next weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe a quick sneak preview of a national semifinal in early November.
Not necessarily a college football playoff elimination game, though, because there would still be a chance, especially being in the SEC, for those teams to get back into the picture.
Yeah, there's been a lot of controversy this week talking about that.
So whoever loses, their chances don't dry up as Dubs makes that catch. But that will be great next week in Tuscaloosa, without a doubt. And you said it before, College Game Day is going to be there.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that Golden Gophers Nittany Lions game. Noon kickoff there in Minneapolis, your backyard. I'm worried you're not going to show up next week. You might just go there and be a fan.
TCF Stadium. They need 3 yards. Strong is going to go deep. Taking a shot. Has Dubs down there, and he draws the penalty flag.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
You know, that's the 2nd pass interference call on Dejon Rogers. He's made some good plays in the secondary for New Mexico tonight, but he's also had a couple of PIs.
Yeah, you're asking a lot of him out there on that island, and he was beat. So instead of giving up a touchdown, he grabs his arm and gives up only 15 yards.
15-yard penalty. They spotted at the 34. 1st down. Good break for Nevada. They kind of needed one as the offense had started to stall out. There's Justin Lockhart again, his 2nd career catch. He's a guy that we did not talk about with the coaching staff this week. He has really been a non-factor throughout the season, but he's shown up for a couple of receptions here tonight against New Mexico.
Yeah, there were a couple of opportunities the coaching staff felt like they could get him in the football game, so we've seen him now get his first 2 catches of his collegiate career.
Devontae Lee comes back in at running back. In a 4-receiver set. This is that air pistol look under coordinator Matt Mumme. It's a draw. And Lee stripping through the tackles. Gets to the secondary and to the outside for a 1st down. Devontae Lee. It's like he was covered in Vaseline. He should have been tackled a couple of times, but New Mexico couldn't bring him down to the turf.
Usually you see something like this in the air pistol. This is more like a sprint draw almost. And Devontae Lee, when he gets and puts that left foot in the ground, makes a guy miss, and then you're not going to get him down with just one guy. He's that bowling ball type that gets rolling downhill and picks up their second first down of this drive.
Strong will throw on first down. That's more like the offense we saw in the first half, Ryan. That's a first down reception. Elijah Cooks.
And if you're in a situation like this at any time, you got somebody like Martin out there who's only 5'10" against a wide receiver like Elijah Cooks at 6'4". You just throw it up and let him go up and grab it with those strong hands just like that. Big move with the chains again.
Carson Strong was so good with plays like that in the first half. First down and 10, under 8 minutes to go. Another quick release. And it's Fossum, Caleb Fossum, the senior captain, former Washington State Cougar. And it's another first down. They're stringing it together now, Ryan.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in this offense with Mike Leach and then coming here with Matt Mummy. And, you know, you made a point of this in the first half, how the confidence built with Carson Strong being able to throw these quick passing game. And they're finally getting back into it here late in the game.
Strong rolling to his right. And he's going to tuck it, get to the sideline, and live to play another down. He was chased by Alex Hart, who's moving pretty good, especially considering he missed most of last year with that ACL tear. So now second down and 14, we'll call it. 6:47 to go. You know, any points would be good here for Nevada. It would make it a touchdown difference if they get a field goal. But if they can get a touchdown, it would be a mortal blow, really, for New Mexico.
Yeah, for only being able to score 10 points so far this game. Yeah, to be down more than 2 scores, or at least 2 scores, that maybe put it out of reach.
Second and 14. Stepping up, Strong to his safety outlet. That's To'atawa. And he'll get out along the sideline, well short of the first down yardage needed. So another third down coming up as Michael Levette escorted the big running back out of bounds. It'll be third down and 8.
Boy, did he. He put his foot in the ground and went right at him and said, hey, I'm going to take on the big fella on the sideline, get him out of bounds and set up a third down.
What do you expect here from Nevada?
Well, I think you got to go back to the guy that you've been eating with all night long, and that's Romeo Doubs. Find him in that matchup. He's singled up top, and you look like you're going to get maybe a one-on-one matchup as that safety's going to go back to the middle of the field.
Nevada hasn't converted on third down this half. They take a shot in the end zone, and they score. Elijah Cooks with the touchdown grab for the Pack. They go to one of their big play receivers, but it's Cooks instead of Doubs. 20-yard touchdown play, and now Nevada can breathe a little bit, a sigh of relief with 5:45 to go.
What a big third down conversion. And let's see if he gets a foot down. The ball gets knocked out after he's made a football move. It looks like he got enough for the big play. I tell you what, being able to move somebody like Elijah Cooks to the inside in the slot and then run a sail route with him, put him on a smaller safety in Jarek Reed, that's huge. What a great throw and catch by the Wolfpack to extend the lead.
His 5th touchdown catch of the year. 6 catches, 74 yards for Cooks, who hasn't had as loud of a game as Romeo Doubs has. But that was a huge, huge blow to New Mexico's hopes to get out of here with a win. It's now a 11-point game, 21-10, with 5:45 to go. Strong with a 2-touchdown game here tonight. Redshirt freshman Carson Strong. He's the guy that Jay Norvell has decided they're going to roll with at quarterback the rest of the way, not just tonight, but the rest of the season. Has thrown 2 touchdown passes tonight, most recently to Elijah Cooks from 20 yards out to make this a 2-score game. 5:45 to go. Tavaka Tuioti will throw on first down. He'll get it again to Logan Green. Good move after the catch. Ball comes out. New Mexico's able to recover. Neither team has turned it over tonight, but that was awfully close. Marcus Williams, the tight end, was able to recover at the 48 for the Lobos. It's a 22-yard gain and a first down.
That's how you start a drive. You want to get back in it here with only a few minutes left.
New Mexico has all of its timeouts remaining. Play fake. Tuioti's got a good arm. He's got a receiver down there. Incomplete. No penalty flag. Intended for Kress. E.J. Muhammad, number 4, on the coverage for Nevada. It looks like he's a little shaken up coming off the field.
Jordan Kress was a guy we talked about early on. Needed to have a big game. It's a pretty darn good throw. Just doesn't able to get it. E.J. Muhammad got him right at the nick of time, kind of pulled him back just as the ball was getting there. He gets nicked up, has to come off the field.
I think he took a cleat to the side. There's a pass that should have been caught by Ume, who has been one of their better receivers, better offensive threats here tonight. He's got 4 catches for 64 yards. Should have had 5 catches.
Once again, Tyson Williams just being right there. Ume hears those footsteps. Takes his eyes off the ball. Tuioti needed that play there. Sets up a big third down here.
3rd down and 10, but of course this is 4-down territory given the situation here for New Mexico. They need to get to the 42 of Nevada. Tuioti from a clean pocket, but that's going to end. Sacked by Dom Peterson. Big number 99 has had a great game tonight. The sophomore from Harbor City, California, with his 5th sack of the year.
If you watch here, this is a simple TE or ET here with the end and the tackle. He just comes all the way from the nose tackle position, loops all the way around, gets to Tuioti and takes him down to the ground. Big Dom Peterson.
And they are deciding, Ryan, to punt on 4th and 18. Not 2-down territory. I guess they figure that, you know, the way that the defense has played the majority of the night, that they've got enough time to get the ball back. Of course, you've still got 2 timeouts as well.
I mean, because of that sack and where you put it at 4th and 18, I don't know. You need to get 2 scores. I don't know if you can pass up a possession here.
That's what they're going to do. They put it back in the hands of Nevada, and they'll have it at the 19-yard line. That was a fair catch by Fossum. And now we're going to step aside. 4:48 to go. The finish in Reno coming up. Nevada has it, leading by 11 with 4:48 to go. That sack changed Bob Davies' mind. It probably would have been 4-down territory, but that sack, it was a loss of several yards. And Bob Davie decides to punt and give it back to Nevada here late in this game.
They're going to have to get a stop. They're going to use their timeouts. They're going to hope that they get 2 possessions, because if they actually gave up one and won't get another chance, they're 2 possessions down right now, and they need to have both of those.
That's right, 2-score game. And Nevada, as you would expect, will keep it on the ground. That's Tawa. Nevada run game only getting 3.5 yards per carry.
30 seconds in lane.
Coming in as New Mexico calls the timeout. They've got 1 remaining. And the Nevada run game, just not a big threat here tonight, but they need to count on it now to burn some clock, because the clock is on their side.
Yeah, they're going to have to use the clock here, make New Mexico burn their timeout.
Bob Davie, Texas A&M defensive coordinator, before getting the defensive coordinator job at Notre Dame and then ultimately becoming head coach in South Bend in 1997. Won 35 games there before joining us here at ESPN, and became head coach at New Mexico in 2012. Some people say he is coaching for his job, I should say, including you, and this isn't going to help matters getting a loss here tonight in Reno. There's still 4:42 to go, but it doesn't look good, down 11.
No, it doesn't. And I don't necessarily feel like, I mean, the Mike Loxley era before Bob Davie got there, you know, it was as low as you could go. And Davey was able to establish an identity. And, you know, they changed offensive systems from the triple option to more of a spread this last year. And you'd like to give him a more than 1 year or two to showcase that. But I think what he'd probably say most is he's disappointed in the defensive performance, because that's where his staple has been for years and years and years.
8th season in Albuquerque for Bob Davey. Tawa tries to step out of a tackle as he gets to the 24-yard line.
New Mexico is
and another timeout, New Mexico, and now the Lobos out of timeouts. Bob Davey inherited a program that was 3-33 in the 3 seasons before he took over. He's had some success, including a 9-win season in 2016, but the last few years have been really tough to chew on. Nevada, 5 for 14 on 3rd down tonight. Not a great number. Can they pick one up here at a crucial time? Throwing downfield, incomplete, intended for Christian. And so now Nevada will punt. And New Mexico will get it back with 4:31 to go.
Yeah, they tried to trick play him there a little bit, and instead of throwing the wide receiver screen outside, they tried to go up top, but New Mexico brought some pressure, made Carson Strong throw the ball a little before he wanted to, but they stopped the clock for New Mexico now, and the Lobos are going to get the football back in pretty good territory.
Dejon Rogers back at the 42-yard line. Conaway, line drive. Great punt by Conaway. I mean, that thing never got more than about 8 feet off the ground, and it rolls inside the 30-yard line. 28-yard kick, and Conaway down there jumping around and celebrating. Just 2 catches in the second half for Dubs, but he's got 167 yards receiving, and Jordan Kress is immediately met by Gabriel Sewell. No gain on 1st down for New Mexico. They can't stop the clock. No timeouts remaining for the Lobos. As we go under 4 minutes, Dubs being worked on the sideline, maybe cramping up a little bit. He's been active. Tuioti's going to scamper out of bounds at the 33 to stop the clock. 3:50 to go.
Gets out of bounds, sets up a manageable 3rd down here, but Jordan Kress has got to be the guy that they focus on the perimeter. That's who's been explosive. They're not built to drop back and throw the football down the football field. So this is out of sorts for them a little bit.
Just 3 catches tonight for number 9. And he'll get one here, and he gets away. 1st down and much more. And he gets along the sideline inside Nevada territory. Finally angled out by Tyson Williams, but it's a gain of 26.
We talked about it early on, and we knew they needed to get the football to him on the perimeter. Here they take a quick slant, watch him put his foot in the ground, spin back outside, and then he beats Tyson Williams, and if he was able to stay in bounds, he was going to outrun them all.
And great speed for Kress. Junior, I should say, out of Loveland, Colorado. That's incomplete, intended for Kress. E.J. Muhammad, who was shaken up earlier this half on the coverage. 3:10 to go.
Wonderful job by E.J. Muhammad to identify that football play, because if he's able to catch this football, he has the blocking, and it would be a jailbreak. But E.J. Muhammad notices it immediately and comes straight downhill right there to break it up.
2:37 passing for Tuioti. Deep downfield, incomplete over the head of Logan Green. And so it'll be 3rd down again for the Lobos. The only good thing about that is the clock does stop. You see Tuioti's numbers. He had his best game week 3 against New Mexico State, threw for 355 and 3 touchdowns. Said it before, Bob Davey really likes this sophomore out of Long Beach. Now can he get him to a quick score here? He can get the 1st down if they hit the 30-yard line.
Got a one-on-one option here with Kress.
Tuioti trying to hit his tight end. There was triple coverage down there. Tried to get it into that triangle and couldn't. Tyson Williams got a hand on it, incomplete. It's 4th down, and this time, I'm pretty sure Bob Davie won't send the punt unit out.
You know, Tyson Williams has been all over the football field tonight, and he's a little bit of the walking wounded, but there was an example. Jordan Crest, finally, you get the matchup you wanted. One-on-one, no safety help over the top. Instead, the safety rotates to Marcus Williams, and like you said, triple coverage there, and he tries to fit it in there to no avail.
Out of timeouts, New Mexico needs to pick up the 1st down, and they can't do it. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of Kress. That's the guy they wanted. But Muhammad with another nice play in coverage, and Nevada will take over on downs, and that should about do it.
Tuioti is just a little late here, but also when he lets it go, it's on his back hip rather than his front hip, which allows Muhammad in that trail technique and 2-man right here just to be able to get that hand in there to knock it away.
Oh, great play by E.J. Muhammad, the senior out of DeSoto, Texas. He's had a really good second half especially. And New Mexico gives it back to Nevada at the 40-yard line with 2:54 to go.
Without any timeouts, they can take it down to about 40 seconds. This game should pretty much be salted away. I wouldn't be surprised if they start taking knees. It always interests me so much, Clay, that even teams in the pistol these days who don't go under center will still take knees from the same spot because they're so used to snapping the ball
That's what
this
they're
way.
used to.
Yep.
They will run it, though, with Tawa, and he nearly broke through to the second level. He'll pick up 3. Clock moving. New Mexico can't do anything about it. Nevada got out to a 3-1 start this year with that big win over Purdue to get out to a great start in the season opener. And now in a situation where they need to win 2 of their last 4, including this one. That looks like that's going to happen here tonight. And then the next 2 games are on the road. They're at San Diego State, won't be easy. And then at Fresno State, that won't be easy. But certainly a winnable game at home against UNLV to end the year. And bowl eligibility could be on the line against UNLV. As it's Tawa again, good run across the 45 to the 47-yard line as we're going to go under 2 minutes.
We were told a little bit, though, that this year it may take 7 wins for a Mountain West team to get that bowl bid.
Yeah, there are 6 Mountain West Bowl tie-ins. And the New Year's 6, of course, and that would help everybody in the Mountain West. If Boise, let's say, gets to the New Year's 6, that opens up another slot. But you're right, there is no guarantee that 6 gets it done. It might take 7. Yeah. Play fake, and they're going to throw for the 1st down and pick it up. And that will do it. 1st down, Nevada, as Krishan Lappin, just his 3rd catch of the year, but it moves the chains. And that will put a nail in the coffin for the New Mexico Lobos here tonight. Yeah, a lot of injuries, certainly a lot of mistakes on the field. You had some guys transfer out. You had a redshirt freshman quarterback who's kind of learning on the job, and yet they're over 500. So there are certainly some things that they can be happy with as they continue play here in November.
Yeah, Power 5 win, you know, and they're 5-4.
And for Strong, it'll be a new career high for passing yards. 305 yards passing here tonight after the completion to Lappin. We can update you on the Mountain West. You see Boise State has taken a lead on San Jose State. The Spartans had a 10-point lead in the second half at one point, but Boise State has come roaring back. Utah State got beat by BYU, and a big one divisionally between Fresno State and Hawaii in the West Division of this conference. Hawaii with a lead by 10 at the half.
It's hard to travel. And coming off a loss to Colorado State there, Fresno State looking like they're going to have trouble over there on the islands. BYU's become a Mountain West killer the last couple weeks.
Carson Strong takes a knee. That's going to do it. First career 300-yard passing game for the redshirt freshman Carson Strong. And Nevada will go over 500 at 5-4. Bob Davie and the Lobos will drop to 2-7. And you got to wonder what the future is for Bob Davie. It certainly doesn't look good. Pressure already at a boiling point, and another loss here tonight on the road. 21-10 the final. The Nevada Wolfpack with the victory. On a beautiful night here in the mountains alongside Ryan Leaf on Clay Mathick, we say so long, as Nevada will go on the road to San Diego State next week, over 500. Coming up next, Marty and McGee on ESPNU. So long, everybody.